Drop it.
Hoje vamos continuar com a história do Historia 2.2, que já nem me lembro do nome, deixa eu ver. Não importa. Vamos lá fazer a missão. O nome não importa muito. Vamos aqui para dar chão, que já está de sentido.
Newsflash! Pentacodes Germany Festival has entered its countdown phase. Accompanied by Clocky's TikToks, after 12 system hours, this grand celebration will commence with much fanfare.
I already told you.
I'm sorry, Fluffy. I really have something urgent to attend to, so I had no choice but to resort to asking you
since you already know what you're doing.
Hey, partner, what's with the hostility? I thought pulling this thing out was just...
For the last time, state your...
My name's Boot Hill, and I'm...
Gallop.
You look like you seen a ghost. Did you think we all went extinct? Well, that's the price you pay for being off grid for too long.
The righteous heroes of the hunt would never hijack the Astral Express.
I ain't hijacked anything. What, chatting with someone while holding the gun is considered a hijacking?
It probably...
Pardon my frankness, but there are plenty of rumors in the cosmos regarding the Galaxy Ranger's current status, and none of them are pretty stories.
This is hilarious. The tale that this bunch of fools spin is getting out of hand. There's even a bit about the Galaxy Rangers being turned into gibbons by Dr. Primitive, and they're in some valley screwing around on... Of course, I know you won't believe me, which is also why, similarly, see the bullets in this gun. 9mm, an eternal classic. I may need the Astral Express's help right now, but if you're an imposter just like that one, in this bullet, I can't allow myself to be exposed to danger. That's just the way it goes.
What the hell?
You all have to first prove your...
Bem, esse gajo está todo comido das ideias.
Recognize.
It's a... Fudger. The Jade Abbot.
This is the Jade Abacus gifted to the Express. That is Silver Roku's jet. Is that enough?
Not bad. And across these sprawling stars, a gentle squeeze is all it takes to rustle up a whole legion of Cloud Knights. Been ages since the Galaxy Rangers had the spotlight shown on them. We ain't equipped with such... Alright then. Feel free to toss any questions my way.
And why would I play along?
If I truly am a real...
Alright then.
Ah, my friend. This question is everyone's on their own fated path along the hunt, with their own resolute sense of righteousness. And
This reply does not instill trust.
I'm guessing you're gonna ask about some form of shared faith, right? But us Galaxy never bully the weak, never kill the innocent. These oaths aren't some lofty beliefs, but as Galaxy Rangers, we strictly adhere to the bottom line. And at this moment, the other crucial meaning of bottom line comes into play.
Second question. Why do you seek trouble?
I already said that I seek no trouble. I must go to Pentacodes for a matter. But I don't have anybody. And I can't even enter the family's hotel doors.
Aren't the Galaxy Rangers also...
Oh, you hit the nail on the head. This is why I'm here. It's fine if I tell you. The Rangers are pursuing an imposter. My informant is a memo keeper. She's the same as all mimetic organisms. Appear in one moment and gone the next. She scares the fudge out of me. Still,
She gave that Galaxy Ranger imposter.
is that the third question?
Is it a hard question?
It isn't. Just that you might not believe me. That person calls herself...
It's impossible. possible.
That's what I said. Don't worry. When I first received the news, I had the exact...
IX never gives anyone so much as a first glance, and that's perfectly normal. What reason would they have to bequeath strength unto mortals?
Then you must know that emanators can also conceal their own identities, which, many people, it's better that way. Otherwise, there'd be wanton bloodshed across the cosmos, or even, perhaps, turning their back on the path they're supposed to follow. I had the good fortune of running into an elation emanator. Its appearance was no different than that of those clowns. If it weren't even in the purest hunt, you'll find the Xianzhou Alliance under the spotlight and Galaxy Rangers lurking in the shadows. Paths are inevitably concepts created by people and exist in place. To reckon that nihility emanators don't exist, well, maybe we just ain't nihilistic enough. So, you understand now? We don't know what's happening in the dreamscape or how much of it. And that Acheron...
Estou a ver que a situação vai se dar uma complicadinha.
I don't intend to do anything.
That's not up. Did you know? People who come to the land of dreams for the first time, they'll subconsciously stop to reaffirm be it reality or dream. Staring at the sky is instinctual for humanity, but now this night sky has been mercilessly severed.
A single slash of blade isn't really accurate. It was actually 2 blades.
That's not many guests who weren't supposed to be invited have gathered at this banquet. Even if the planet of festivities has no place for you, a puppet of nihility. Those who live in the shadows do not...
Speaking of living in the shadows, there's probably not much difference between us. It's only Penacony's dream master.
Whether you believe it or not, mystic,
Os NPCs todos a ser controlados pelo gazinho.
Is this the unity of the family's houses?
my mortal shell has long since dissipated.
The Oak family's 107,336 offspring are now my eyes, ears, and mouths, spreading joy across dreams when required.
7.336 descendentes da família Caputa.
From the sound of it, it seems like you're asking me to leave.
I am glad that you're...
If you think you can.
Oh.
Are you threatened?
I ended it with a period. Knowing who I am and still showing such malice. You're not the first nor the last. This scene played out many times before. And you... The result has invariably been that they can't.
You are confident. But be reminded, the family is forgiving, but not weak. The cores of the harmony extend across worlds. 137 individuals. That is how many heathens I have exiled since I became Dream Master. And here I stand at...
And you will die. But that won't come to pass. I'll do as you ask. I will.
A wise choice.
I wasn't aware there was a choice.
To you, that surely is the only option. Please bear in mind, you and Penacony are of different worlds. Those born on the far bank cannot leave and never return. is overwhelmingly bright, luring in tricks and even more so, when this self-annihilator heralds the destruction of everything. Your strength is obviously a gift of the sleeping and shapeless Imacula. A befitting name.
Take it from someone on the other side of your so-called river. You know better than I do that Penacony has already deviated from the harmony. Whatever your intentions may be, I foresee a new one upcoming. Its future holds nothing but nihility. Just like all the worlds that have drowned in their shadow.
Attention! The unusual event that occurred moments ago was due to a technical malfunction at Clock Studios theme park. The family had...
Oh, I swear that was no movie shoot. So many chips fell from the sky, and I even caught one of them.
Excuse me. Are you talking about the crew?
Yeah, what about it?
No need to worry. I apologize for any inconvenience caused to your delightful dream journey. What you just mentioned about the chips really piqued my interest.
Oh, it was just those chips you normally see everywhere. The green ones?
And then those chips simply disappeared. It appears to be the Dream Semtech.
Huh? Miss Robin, you mean those chips were all part of a performance? But I really...
This technology hasn't been made public yet. It was originally... Can you help me keep the secret? The raining chips were supposed to be part of my act.
Oh, I see. Then it all makes sense now.
I'll do it. Thank you. As appreciation, I'd like to give you a token gift.
Mas não é Robin.
This button is...
Press it at just the right moment in the celebration. There could be an unexpected treat in store for you.
Isso é... Isto aqui é porra da Sparkle disfarçada.
Alright. It looks like there are other guests. So many people talking about it. This commotion at the theme park definitely made waves.
Coisa... Uma equipa divertida. Esta equipa só assim desta forma.
The family promised they would protect the guests within the dreamscape. I witnessed a group of organic life forms making their way to the theme park. And soon after, a rip tore through the sky, and black rain started leaking out of the floor. The family needs to provide a reasonable explanation, or I'll take my loved ones and return to reality. I thought the dreamscape was supposed to be a...
It appears the good sir has seen many great events. It's true that an uninvited guest has unexpectedly entered the dreamscape. However, their target is not the ordinary guests, but the ambassadors of the IPC. The family will certainly ensure that the safety of the guests...
Miss Robin, I know the Bloodhound family has already sealed off. The family can try their best to protect their reputation, but
as you can see, sir, no innocent bystander. Perhaps the dreamscape is not as perfect as promised, but there's no place safer than dreams under the family's rule. I believe you know this better than I do. If this incident happened in...
I could stay here, but keep in mind, guests come to Penacony to enjoy the dreamscapes. They do not wish to be...
Of course. with the Charmony Festival.
Estou a ver que como a pessoa não começar a apertar no botões vai começar a explorar.
Oh, may I ask?
Nothing to be worried about. There's been a small rehearsal mishap at Clock Studios.
Hey, are you a fool? You don't even recognize this.
I'm sorry. I've just been transferred to the Bloodhound family.
Hey, don't sweat it. You guys have a tough job.
Oh, we've sealed off the theme park. Most guests are used to bizarre phenomena in the dreamscape, and so far, no threats have been detected.
Rest assured, Miss Robin will intensify our patrols to ensure that no incidents occur.
I trust you guys.
Well,
Actually, I was there shortly after it happened. Is it true that the IPC's ambassadors came with ill intent?
Miss Robin, tell you the truth, everyone's been talking about it. The myriad factions on...
Thank you all for your loyalty towards the family. The plan of the festivities has, of course, the family did not agree.
I wonder. So this is the main reason why the IPC staff are banned from entering the dreamscape. Did they apprehend the troublemaker?
Don't worry. Mr. Sunday is currently tracking his whereabouts, and I'll have something to show for it soon. However, given the situation, the IPC surely will let us go easily. Therefore, we are relying on you hounds to maintain the order and stability of the dreamscape.
Também não é questão de precisar do rating, ninguém já me ajuda. Também eu já tinha batido as voltas, mano. Mentalmente, o gajo estava demente da cabeça.
Please be assured, Miss Robin, we take our orders seriously.
Thank you for your hard work. This is a small gift prepared by the Irish family.
I can't believe...
Trouble comes knocking on...
Miss Robin? That's the renowned cosmic superstar, Miss Robin!
I didn't expect to meet a fan here. I'm honored.
I can't believe I'm actually meeting the real Robin!
Preparation is important, but the ceremony is fundamentally about sharing the Great One's regarding the recent mishap.
But, are you sure it was actually a mishap? Everyone saw those chips descending like rain in the red light. Plus, I met that generous gentleman. He looked really out of it and kept talking to himself.
Everyone, please do not panic. I believe that the family will give
Even if you say so, Miss Robin. It's...
Some people just never listen.
Miss Robin?
Still, I suppose that...
Huh?
Here, take this, little guest. Make sure you take good care of it until the opening.
Witam.
You never know.
Agora sim, vamos para a nossa perspectiva.
We're back to where it all began. You entered the golden hour from this place. It is a pleasure to journey alongside you once more. But it's... I know you have many questions. Do you remember in that instant before it killed me? So, following the clues in the script, I came up with some theories about the meme. That's why I instructed Silverwolf. I intended to call upon death before you arrived. To solve the riddle using more direct means. And then invite you to join. However, it is how you see now. I was impaled by the bladed wings of death. The heavy, but after the momentary numbness subsided, I was still alive. And it was just as I thought. I had arrived at a place starkly different from this beautiful dream. Beneath the... And so... then I returned to the hotel in the dreamscape, hoping to tell you of its existence. Yet and after... all my attempts proved futile.
It wasn't until not long ago when a crimson blade of light shined, and that's it. That is all that's happened. I know it's tough to believe all this without reservations.
Então se tu morres vais para outro lugar, agora morres.
I just want to say, you are there now. Let's take a deep breath and visualize the 3, 2, 1. Don't be afraid. I never knew you could do this.
Hold on. Contra roupa. Aquilo que foi, mano. Eu falei da conta.
Do you have...
I do.
That is...
Why? Because this is Japella, the city of...
I'm just thinking that you haven't slept in 20 system hours.
I'm fine. Also...
No, I think that's some serious. What the heck?
Infiltration is over. Feel free to act.
There's still some time before the next part of the script unfolds. Such a long tunnel.
In half a system hour, it will lead us to Kafka. And then comes the...
Is that also part of the script?
It's in your script too.
Sorry.
Their destiny won't change, just... I told you before.
What about you then? Is this the moment you find...
As always, it's a blank slate. It's not on this planet.
Because I'm currently in a car with a sleep-deprived driver. I just...
É verdade.
This car has full self-driving capabilities. I'll just...
Hey, Elio would always say there's only one type of destiny. The inescapable type. We can see, but before that moment arrives, we can still choose what we do.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history. And the Everflame Mansion will take... That's your next stop.
Land of the dreams.
I hope you find whatever you seek there.
Tá procura, mano. What the hell? Eu não tô entendendo muito, mas pronto.
Glad to see you're safe and sound.
Close your eyes. This is the answer. Isn't it incredible? The monster that we have always...
The question that has been perplexing us, does death really exist in the dreamscape, appears to be a cognitive trap. It was laid by those orchestrating events from the shadows to cover up the truth behind the disappearances, and the existence. Every emergence of that moon is related to the Watchmaker. Since Dreamflux Reef is where it brings its captives, it's likely that many of our...
The atmosphere here is starkly different than the beautiful dream. There are no regulators here like the family, but from the whispers of the residents, we've heard a familiar...
It's that man again. Always in the right place at the right time. Though that does save us the trouble of looking for him. Himiko and March have already made a move.
The real dreamscape. The land of the exiles.
I am really sorry. Two reasons. Firstly, the script. In the future that Elio saw, Sam and the Astral Express's confrontation was inevitable. That aside, there were also my personal motives. Do you still remember that medical cabin I told you about? Well, that's Sam. It is the cradle of my vitality. and the meaning of my birth. The time scale of... Keep going straight down this alley, and it'll lead to an elevator. It'll take us to the center of the land of the exiles.
What a huge clock here. Looks like the watchmaker also left his mark on Dreamflux Reed. Size within the dreamscape, and all beyond the family's reach. The atmosphere in this fortress is,
When I first saw it, I was in awe too. What's even more bizarre is that this place is also separated into trade and residential areas. The layout may be simple.
Though both dreamscapes have distinct styles, the architectural designs are quite similar. Works of the same. But there's no point in overthinking things. Let's meet up with...
Take a right turn at the end of this road and you'll reach the trade district. There are...
Not coming with...
The Astral Express likely needs room for some internal deliberation.
Sure. Letting her go was the right decision. Further observations are needed before we decide whether to trust her. But first, there's someone I need to talk to. Let's go. I'm sure you've already noticed him. He's right, the Reverie Hotel's bellboy. How did he end up here? And right after Miss... We'd better check. Hello, Misha. I'm Welt. We met.
No. How did you two get? This dreamscape wasn't supposed to be open to the public.
So, this...
Yep. After my work in the beautiful dream ends, I'll go back home. Commuting used to be more convenient, but ever since travel became cumbersome, Sleepy started ferrying people back and forth between the two dreamscapes.
This... Sleepy?
Sleepy is a memory zone. Looks fierce and has many eyes, but it...
Based on the description, that meme is indisputably death. Nightmare for the family, but...
Death? Not in a dream, surely. Sleepy's just a little aggressive, and sometimes messes up by fetching the wrong guess. But it would never hurt anyone.
I see. Has it brought back any guests recently? Say, in the
I see. Then you'll have to speak with Gallagher. But he's currently busy hosting a visitor from the Oak family, and Mr. Yang, is it Miss Robin?
Just as I thought.
If you're looking for Miss Robin, I can lead the way. She told me that she'd be willing to meet with outside guests.
If it's not too much trouble. Also, we're looking for our missing companions. A woman with red hair accompanied by a girl with pink hair. You seen them?
Oh, I haven't. But how about this? Send it to me. She's gone to Mrs. Freeze.
All right then. Well, we now know the answer. Yes, that's my thinking as well.
Espera, então eles estão... levam uma empalada e são para no outro mundo. Que é o mundo onde os funcionários usam. Vão lá, chegam no bicho e empalam-os, vão parar a casa para dormir. Que coisa mais aleatória.
Forget it.
Isso é uma coisa, é assim, os gajos chamam uma morte de sonequinha e eles vão para vir parar no mundo da casa.
Everyone, look! Here?
Black hole? An accretion disk formed...
Oh, so Mr. Yang is also versed in Memoria dynamics. I was just trying to figure out... Look! There she is! My calculations are finally done. In another 10 system hours, I thought Dream will swallow the dream below. Hmm? Who are you all, and why haven't you left? I'm Kami, a dreamscape surveyor specializing in Memoria dynamics. See that huge gaping hole? It was just a narrow rift many years ago, but now it's grown into a giant hole. The surrounding Memoria has been flowing towards the other end of the hole. But the scary part is, according to my calculations, the flow rate of Memoria has recently changed. By constantly improving upon Madame Rosalina's Memoria measurement method, I finally, after 10 system hours, the Dream Flux Reef will cease to exist. Just like the melting of glaciers, everything will crumble and disintegrate. Dreams, please don't worry. This sort of thing has happened many times before. Miss Kami isn't a bad person.
You don't say. There was...
Oh, do you know her too? Or are you...
We're very interested in Madame Rosalina's achievements.
Why, of course. Regrettably, due to the presence of the Garden of Recollection, ordinary people don't pay much attention to the nature of Memoria. She departed this world without much... I came to Penacony to learn more about my idol, and went to great lengths to seek out Dreamflux Reef. All because this is her final resting place. Prodigies always meet their demise prematurely. Only Madame Rosalina had more time. I felt it. The source is in the golden hour. Is a certain anomalous presence stirring.
Does the name Madame Rosalina sound... Before we came to Penacony, the conductor had given us a list of nameless to look into. Her name was mentioned. It seems like she did a great deal of research and calculations in Dreamflux Reef.
Miss Katie regularly mentions her. I hear Madame Rosalina passed away during the prison war. She could see the Penacony. Our destination is the commercial district. That's where the largest crowds gather in Dreamflux Reef. We might be...
Muito calor para já. Então é perceber tudo, mas
Let
pronto.
me go! Ghost! There's a ghost! Oh my. I'm human and so are you. Mr. Yang, quickly, come help. I bumped into a member of the family on the way here. It was... Let me go! Let me go! Well, this is... Ha! He thinks he's dead. Although, when I first hear guest, this is not the afterlife. This is Dreamflux Reef. That's right. You're talking to someone invisible. If I'm not dead, what am I? I shouldn't have pushed
Good fruit, my
Eu
friend.
venho este ano, ela tem medo de nova.
Indulge yourselves!
Tá feito.
That's half the work. Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed.
Tá feito.
It too shall fall.
Easy peasy.
He passed out. His intense negative emotions.
I see. But unlike in the sweet dream, people here don't see memory zone memes as dangerous monsters. And even if they pose a threat, people can easily escape by force, but we can't just leave this man here. Can we take him?
We can ask Jessie for help. I've gotten to know many locals while waiting for you guys. Everyone here is living a self-sufficient life. I don't know how to describe it, but this place feels like the real dreamscape. Evening, Jessie.
Welcome, Miss March.
These two are my friends. As for the man lying on the ground,
I see. Another poor guy who acts. There have been a lot of new faces lately. Things must be tough in the beautiful dream. The few remaining havens of freedom in Astana will soon face trouble.
Do such things often happen here?
Not really, but they're becoming more frequent now. I guess it's one of the. This man is like quite a shop. Could you help me find a Halovian lady, March? Her songs can heal mental wounds.
a Halovian?
That must be Robin.
Huh? Robin? But I thought she... Oh, right.
Misha's about to take us to her to find out what happened. But before that, let's meet up with Mimiko. You were with her earlier, right?
We met some stowaways in the residential area. Most of them came from neighboring stars. I heard that places like Dreamflux Reef are scattered throughout the memory zone of Asdana, like islands in the ocean. They existed before the camp. I also heard that when Dreamflux Reef took shape, it was the center of all dreams.
If that's true, it's no wonder there are so many similarities between these.
Himeko must be gathering information. Let's hurry up and get going.
Ora, se animado como sempre. E o dinheiro aqui também, nice. Deixa eu ver como é que estão as minhas. Só vamos para Bagaloma. Tá bom, tem uma pessoa que é um violino.
This is where we split up. She...
So that's how it is. I never...
To borrow Gallagher's
Cheio de
catchphrase,
personagem jogável.
what an unpredictable twist of fate.
Himeko!
Oh, perfect timing. Now that everyone's here, I'd like to introduce everyone to Micah, who's partly...
It's a pleasure.
You know?
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Pentecote. We would have met under more appropriate circumstances. Please, allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm...
Brave?
Life in Dreamflux Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others' affairs. My day...
You're too modest, Micah. When lost dream chasers stumble upon this place, you're the one who takes care of them, guiding them back to the sweet dream, or showing them how to survive the wild dream chaos.
So, Garden? Were you talking to me? On that note, Mr. Mika, which tombstones are you referring to? They're actually just symbolic stones. But since you're curious, Mr. Yang, but before that, you have
An important guest? Who could it be?
this way, please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down, so watch your step.
Provavelmente é óbvio que eu já estou a ver um pedaço da música dele.
Cheers.
Everyone sings so wonderfully. It's not often that I try this music style, but I've gained some valuable insights.
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. For these...
It was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them how to sing. Life must be quite difficult for them in reality.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, I'm reluctant to leave. I've explored every corner of Dreamflux League. Talked to everyone I met.
It seems you truly are a child of the harm. Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there, with her blind eyes, used to work at a nutrition center in the outer ring of Penacony. And as for Fury, he's been living with autism since he was a child. They're not old enough to enter the sweet dream managed by the family. If we compare people to birds, these kids are like fledglings with impaired wings. But in this dream, well, they can fly freely. And me, an old lady with no legs. Well, without this dream, I couldn't even walk.
I'm glad that you found a new life here in Penacony.
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their significance, but they aren't everything. Both the children and I understand this. No matter how long we fly, but you know what? Emma and Gary aren't plagued by their insecurities anymore. No, and Carol is learning how to cope with her blindness. And Andy is like... You see, in dreams we learn how to live. Once we...
Should our feathers be damaged? And we share our wings with one another. There's no need to covet an illusory sport.
It's a relief to see you sing.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew. I heard my
Since you're here, can we assume that you're fully aware of the situation in Penacony?
Ever since I returned to Penacony, my voice started to change, until it gradually faded away. At first, I thought it was a temporary ailment. Perhaps due to having been away too long. I thought now it seems the root of the problem goes way beyond me. There are elements around...
Sweet dreams collapse. That memo keeper mentioned the same thing. So it's real.
While I was away from Penacony, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. Whenever I mentioned the anomalies in my dreams, all the family heads refused to talk about it. Later, I discovered the secret letters from the IPC ambassador, which further convinced me that there are hidden secrets beneath the surface of Penacony, the land of the exiles, concealed by the family under the guise of death. A dream within a dream. Penacony's past is buried.
When you speak, it sounds as if your voice is new.
I hate to admit it, but the harmony in this place is incredible. But the family has experienced betrayal. The traitor, or traitors, abandoned their original principles and, using the name of harmony, exploited people's weaknesses to turn Penacony into the planet of festivities. This is not the strong defending the weak, but rather the strong exploiting the weak. A world without equality won't ever be favored by the harmony. Naturally, those races blessed by them lost the ability to say.
Ora, bem, voltei aqui depois no corte, inclusive, estou aqui um bocado só à toa, mano. A utilização é boa, né? Não, mas foi uma bomba de lore, mano. Isto praticamente agora não teve em questão de tempo, só coisa, foi lá de lado para o outro, conversar, lore para aqui, lore para aqui.
Lore é para os fracos, eu quero é as gemas. Obrigado.
Pior é que a história não dá assim tanta gema. XP já é outra coisa.
XP dá bem.
Cannot accept my home is moving towards the very opposite of what the harmony represents. I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family, and who exactly it was who betrayed us all. Do you remember our arrangement, Mr. Micah? I've decided to forgo my role
Qual é a chance de um gajo chamado Sr. Mike ser um gajo que se também chama de Micael? Não achas muito semelhante ou não?
Não.
Suspeito, embora seja escrito de maneira diferente. Achas?
Bem, eu vou me mudar, diverte aí.
Ah, bom, então. Sei lá, só tenho que mostrar aquela coisa.
Look here, brother.
Looks like that Charmony doves don't live here. So how did this little book?
Looks weak and frail.
This place is too dangerous.
Okay. A bird like that.
I'll ask the family head.
Cage.
Let's see. What is it that has captured the attention? Oh, poor little thing.
I do. I don't want to lock it.
Why?
Even if it's small and not full of feathers. Can't sing. It didn't come into this world just to be locked up in a cage. Birds. They should...
That's quite the romantic idea. And what about you? A young...
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild, it won't survive for more than a few days at best.
Ah, I see. It seems our little scholar is still a bit... As you probably know, charming doves can fly through the air. When they fly really high, the friction caused by the flapping of their feathers against the atmosphere creates amazing light. We've seen this spectacle so many times that we think it's just something they can naturally do. But that's not the truth. That their ancestors were too weak to survive on the ground. So, to escape predators, they started after countless attempts by many generations. One of them finally figured out how to fly.
So, you mean... birds aren't born to fly?
Well, that's an idealistic way of putting it.
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because...
That's an interesting perspective. So...
For now, I'll keep it in a cage, and I want it to live.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found your own answer.
You will take good care of it.
Agora que encarei esse gajo a falar.
But, Mr. Gopherwood, there's one thing I don't...
And what might that...
What if this little Charmony dove, I mean, if there are fledglings in this world that can never fly, should we let them go back to the sky?
Talking in your sleep, Birdie? Huh? Yeah.
Where is Robin?
I knew that was going to be the first. Don't worry, your sister's here, safe and sound. She's... If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all, right in front of you is the guy who just stabbed you in the chest with a dagger.
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak. Just tell me you're the man.
So, figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Families. Looks like I made the right choice. You are aware of my plan and see through my act. Time is running out, so let's drop the charade. I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd cooperate with you?
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for Fennecan.
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine, you don't have to trust me. But you should trust the sense of justice inside of you.
Show me Robin first.
Cada mordor pauta aqui, mano.
Alright, as you wish.
Huh?
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean, this...
And the crew, too. There are too many people here.
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak Family Head. Now, all the actors...
E eu venho, o gajo está a preparar um esquema do cacete.
This is the monument I mentioned earlier. The name's inscribed on it.
Rosalina, and?
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the trailblazers who connected it with the stars. They were the heroes who saved Astana, and their names deserve to be immortalized, not just on the small stone tablet. However, today, the planet of festivities is nothing but sweet dreams. That heavy piece of history is all a distant memory.
Their names are inscribed here. According to Micah, they died long.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone into the heart of the star system to investigate the flow of memoria. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles, but he didn't live long. In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges internal and external. To protect Astana, Tiernan took up the way of the Trailblaze and led the Lampmoth family to explore beyond the system, only to be surrounded.
Though I had expected as much, the tales of these heroes...
True to the title of Trailblazer, they spent their lives venturing into the unknown. But what about this?
When Dreamflux Reef was created, its owner was still alive. However, here we meet again. Everyone from the...
Robin! Lá ver o que é que está aqui a passar, mas... É lua, mais lua, mais lua. Não estou entendendo um cacete.
I promised to give the siblings some privacy, so let's talk about our business first. What do you say?
That sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of gathering the family head, the crew, and the Stellaron hunters, I'm guessing...
Oh? Is it that obvious?
The look on your face is practically screaming, I'm the...
You're right, Mr. Yang. It is indeed. Siblings already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless, arrived a bit late. Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the founder of Dreamflux Reef, the deputy, the watchmaker, and the one who sent out that invitation. As Gallagher, the history fictionologist, I humbly extend my greeting.
History fictionologist? So what? Everything you told us was made up?
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared was true. Well, except for the part about the family accepting me back.
I've double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family, the watchmaker...
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. I'm sure you're all wondering why I went through the trouble of setting up this battle for the legacy. Inviting different factions, stirring up a ruckus all over Pennac. Well, it all boils down to something very familiar.
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub.
You're totally correct. So... I wish that were the truth. But if that were the case, I wouldn't have invited all
É porque nós somos gajos que pegam isso dela.
The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air. You think of the memory zone as the seed. Creating the land of the dreams is like to achieve this. Without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, the only way, and that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time,
caralho.
I'm sure you get what I'm hinting at. In Astana, the planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster.
The planet of festivities?
It all started a long time ago. Back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prisons. They faced countless challenges as they began building. The Stellaron first entered the Astana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against the folly of attempting to tamper with such power. And most heated, the turning point came after Tiernan's death. With 2 of the Nameless gone, the Watchmaker had to go to the front line. By the time a representative from the Montour Systems family arrived at the Watchmaker's call, the Stellaron had already been activated and was seeping into the primordial synesthesia dreamscape.
And I suppose the family happened to possess the knowledge to seal the Stellaron?
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell civil unrest and played a part in building Pentecost. Those 3 eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The Watchmaker, who had been left in the dark, sent out invitations across the universe.
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It existed in a different form within the dreamscape. Think about its people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir called pleasure flowing through the dreamscape. It tempts people to indulge in the dreamscape, and gradually their minds succumb. Confusion, laziness, and cowardice, weaknesses that plagued humanity, were magnified and nourished by the family. Penacony became a new kind of prison, even more impenetrable than the Sadly, we realized this far too late. By then, the family had a firm grip on me. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata and sought refuge in this chaotic realm. Over the years, I created a meme within this dream for our use. Dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't fall asleep again while they are inside the dream.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy. Since this is the Watchmaker's first announcement in decades, the traitor within the family is bound.
So, the legacy is just a...
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy, I'm totally fine with that.
If that's the case...
That's a question for Mr. Wing. The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family...
Fogo, esse Stellaron para aqui, tu explodas nesse Stellaron, daqui a pouco fogo.
Are you done talking? So, will you tell me?
It is...
As I suspected. It's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the sweet dream.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood.
Well, that was easier than I thought.
Correct. When I was trying to track down the person, I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly... Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, and were adopted by the family when they came to help. Mr. Gopherwood recognized our potential and brought us to Penacony. I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the Harmony. So I guess my voice to support an evil cause. I won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event that destroys the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. For the paradise. As the head of the Oak family, I'm responsible for ensuring Penacony's promising future. Robin and I will head into the sweet dream and confront the Dream Master. I'll fight alongside you. We'll put the Charmony Festival on hold and make sure...
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old dog here, who barely even barks. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we team up? Maybe, just maybe, we'll have a shot at something.
We have always been following in the footsteps of our nameless predecessors. And there's no reason...
Yeah, we Nameless won't back down from a challenge.
Rest assured.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
The Charmony Festival is about to...
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations. I may have been quick to step up to the plate, but confronting the Dream Master could be...
Huh? Even you're saying that, Mr. Yang?
He's the leader of the families of Penacony, and he has the entire power of the Harmony behind him. Not to mention the Stellarion's position.
Poi
We must proceed
potete
with
armonizzare anche appunto.
Maybe you can just stay behind this time?
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, something felt off about Mr. Sunday just now. Although, I can't quite put my finger on it. I have to make sure you're still carrying the keepsake the IPC envoy gave you, right? May I borrow it for a moment? As I suspected, this chip Adventuring gave to you, if I'm right, he intends to use it to track your location or contact you when needed. As it so happens, this...
Adventuring? Is he still alive? And what does he have to do with our mission to get...
Remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is a way to keep the family. If negotiations go south and the family show their true colors by going after the Stellaron, I'll use this transmitter to send a message to the IPC. The only question mark in all of this is Adventuring's current status. But the IPC is always listening, especially senior strategic investment department heads like him. Getting the message...
Good luck to you.
Well, you take care too. If anything goes wrong...
Spoken like a true hero. Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption runs deep. I won't make the same mistake with Caleb.
Don't you have something else?
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three nameless in Penacony. We've already collected intel about Rosalina and Kieran, so the only one, if I'm not mistaken.
It's not enough to say me, but the answer is pretty obvious. After all, I've been watching over you ever since I received a reply from the Astral Express. And I've seen the great effort you all... Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got it sailing?
Yes.
And you two, young Nameless, you're very interesting... You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor, Pom Pom. Please let them know that their friend had fond memories from his time. As for the last thing, he embarked, disembarked, and embarked again, traveling in a great circle, ending up back. On his deathbed, he told me to find the Astral Express and deliver an invitation to the future name. He left behind a special gift. A true come with me. Now.
Então, vai haver o Lajoeira que ele está ali iluminado.
Back here again.
Sometimes I feel like you're still alive, friend. Like you've still got so much to say, dude. You kept my promise. Brought the future trailblazers you waited so long for. I don't know why you were so obsessed with that train. But I remember you. Don't let us down.
What's happening?
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the garden. First and last, nameless Penacony. Mikhail Char Lake, the Watchman.
Gasta sola, mano. Mas que não me bem poder, Micael, Char, Gasta sola. O relógio veio com a puta nome meio enorme. Sem sentido isto. O que é que se... Não, meu filho vai ter Gasta sola. Char, Gasta sola.
Sure enough, the watchmaker is the third nameless. Even I...
The legacy he left behind is a dream bubble. I believe inside that bubble. After all, when I checked its contents, I found nothing inside. Maybe some trailblaze runes?
Well, let's have a...
Wait, seriously? How could a dream bubble be empty?
Just that old man always had this strange belief in the nameless and the trailblaze. And I never understood where he got that confidence from. Especially since he never managed to get in touch with the Express while he was alive. I could never figure out what was going on in that old man's head. This empty dream bubble is so typical of him. He was a mischievous old man.
Well... I don't think that's the case, Gallagher. I'm sure Mikhail has left...
Don't start getting all fit.
Just as Mikhail believes in the nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe in the nameless of the past. How could they leave with regrets for the future when they were ready to dedicate their lives to the land they left? There must be something contained in this dream bubble. It's just we haven't figured it out yet.
Well, I'm a follower of the enigmatic. My philosophy forbids me to have faith in anything. That's why I understand what faith means in the path of trailblaze. I also want to know what he left behind.
Can I borrow your pet? I need to make a trip back to Golden Hour and check something at the Dreamscape sales. It's for Mikhail, and for the future of Penacony.
Welcome to the Reverie Hotel. How may I help you?
Greetings. We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. And we...
The Astral Express? But I thought...
Yes, my companion's already checked in. My name is Dan Han.
and
I see, but your companion said you wouldn't be coming due to a change of plans.
Now
And you are...
me.
He's my fellow trailblazer. We responded to the family's invitation before he boarded the express, so he wasn't ready.
Oh, I see. Another one of the Nameless had a similar situation. See, since there's a precedent, it shouldn't be a problem. Just give me a second to contact your companion. I'm sorry, dear guests, but it seems I'm unable to reach the...
What do you mean by...
My apologies. This is the first time I've encountered a situation like this. However, the system indicates that those guests are still in the dreamscape.
How about this? Give me their room number. Welcome.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I need to verify both of your identities before I can...
How about you just wake up someone? Let's say...
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules regarding forced awakening. It cannot be done without the proper clearance.
So nothing works, huh? What's your solution there? Are you...
Please be patient. We need to contact your companions in order to confirm...
And now it seems you need to confirm our identities before you can contact our companions.
Precisa da nossa identidade. Precisa confirmar a nossa identidade para falar com os nossos companheiros. Mas para falar com os nossos companheiros precisa confirmar a nossa identidade.
It's... Fudge. Look, nothing personal, but if you can't handle this...
Please calm down, dear guests. I do recall that Mr. Sunday, the Oak family head, personally handled this...
I don't think she's trying to give us a hard time.
I have a bad feeling about this. We tried to contact them on the express earlier, but they didn't respond.
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave for a moment.
Sure thing. Holmes seems pretty worried about his companions. Should give him some space. Stressing out about it won't help anything.
Vamos poder jogar com ele. Dá a poder jogar com o terrível antes dele sair. Nice.
Locked and loaded.
The Charmony
Hey!
Well, oh, come on. The
Well, you never know, right? Maybe on her world, birthdays only happen once. Anyway, let's forget about that.
Unsettling.
Relax. With a big event like this, there's bound to be lots of gossip and rumors.
Oh, that's a relief. I didn't come all this way to see that. Well, looks like I won't.
Greetings. I'm Cody of the Blood...
Hello. So, do you think there's...
I'm not sure. At present, all of the families are focused on making sure the festival starts on time. Even the Dream Master himself has arrived. So don't worry, you're...
She doesn't appear to be... back already.
Hasn't she returned yet?
Nope. Neither the staff nor the guests seem to know anything about what's happening in the dreamscape. Wherever we go, all we see is people enjoying themselves.
I agree. Another unusual thing is that the Oak family is supposed to be in charge of organizing the... I walked around the hotel, but didn't meet a single member of the Oak family on such an important day.
Well, I'll be forked. If I remember correctly, the head of the Oak...
We shouldn't linger here too long. Let's go back to the express for now.
Not so fast. You ever robbed VIPC? Bro?
Are you suggesting we sit here and do nothing?
I wouldn't say do nothing. But let's stay put for now. Even if the family has ulterior motives, they couldn't have anticipated us showing up here. We They don't want to attract unwanted attention from certain outsiders, so they won't do anything reckless. See,
If I were a family member, I'd find an official excuse and keep the surprise factors here. If we just wait here, that would be like walking into their trap.
of course, we don't need to walk into their trap. I gave a backup plan to the memo keeper. If it turns out we won't be allowed to enter the dreamscape, she'll order a drink for me in the VIP lounge at the hotel.
A secret signal.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete object can indeed help the memo keeper establish a connection with you. But Boothill, if you have more backup plans in the future, I hope...
I'm sorry. It's one of my quirks. I have too many unreliable friends. And if I reveal that I have backup plans, things can
Tem uma cada letra do alfabeto, cada pulo. Parece que eles vão ter que usar o plano B.
VIP lounge.
This is where my street smarts come into play.
É isso, vamos pro plano B.
You're the lobby manager, right?
Yes, I am.
We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in. There's something wrong with your system. We've been waiting here forever, without any food or water. What the for?
Is this your idea of...
It's called...
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr. Sunday. I'll arrange 2 premium seats in the VIP lounge.
Just...
Puto, o gajo tem uma lábiazinha.
Only worthy of the planet of mysteries.
One deep soul glass? Taken?
Lábio tem a ver com o gajo tem a lábia em dia.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, I have an order for a bottle of this Donna's White Oak. You know,
As Donna's White Oak.
oh, no way. Are you sure you're not mistaken?
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle, after all. I couldn't afford to cover for such an item if it were...
That's strange. Well, could it be that the...
What should we do now?
No need to rush. Well, let's grab some drinks first. Maybe I arrived too early. Let's see what kind of juice laws you all have here.
Wow, that's the most expensive one on the list.
It's on the house.
What can I get for you?
Anything you recommend is...
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village. It's classic Soul Glad mixed with Laboon juice.
Flavor. Dynamite barbecue with rocket. Ooh, really hits the spot. Truly, finest sherry cask-aged malt juice in the cosmos.
Mano, sabe a churrascatina vindo com combustível de foguete? What the hell? Que porra de ideia é essa?
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel.
Hey, this guy doesn't know anything at all.
As long as you're satisfied, dear guests. Please.
Let's give the memo keeper another half system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up with a new plan. In the meantime, let's take stock.
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened on the planet of festivities, but the public is unaware of it. Someone in a position of power within the family must... It's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC and the Masked Fools.
Chamamos todos mascarados.
If what you said about the Emanator of the Nihility is true, the situation in Penacony is...
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned about. As you know, The faction that follows the path of the hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to mess with. Who in their right mind would impersonate the Ninja Alliance or the Galaxy Rangers? It's like asking for a death wish. Isn't there a saying among the Shinjo people that Rainbow Sect lets their loves arrow
do talking? Do all the talking.
But you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been keeping an eye on this region. Even the dumbest criminals know better than to mess with the Annihilation Gang. Much less the Ranger with that Acheron lady. She doesn't seem like a lunatic at all. On the contrary, she's highly logical and organized. She knows exactly when to hold back and when to strike.
And you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating a Galaxy Ranger?
I'm not entirely sure. I do have my suspicions. Maybe she knows a Galaxy Ranger, or perhaps just...
Anyway, what worries me more are the anomalies within the family. They've summoned followers from various paths for the festival. No matter how generous such a gesture is, this move seems unless the invitations weren't sent by them. If that's the case, it's even more intriguing that the family insists on organizing the Charmony Festival.
Maybe she paid the Harmony pulling the strings. We find it beyond human understanding because it wasn't arranged by humans at all. People do stupid things out of irrational impulses. They abandon their principles when self-interest is involved. They believe in things they know they shouldn't. But in regular what eons don't. They stick to their determined path and never turn back. Even if they reach a
You think Shippei's will is behind all this?
It may not necessarily be Shippei. There's definitely some higher entity involved. I know it may sound pessimistic, but if human free will were reliable, it's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt, or how the...
But in my opinion, Akavilli's fall...
Oh. So you're saying the Nameless now have to take responsibility for their own choices because they're absolute...
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey isn't just about following a path that's always considered absolute. It's more about doing your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless possibilities, even with limited insight and judgment.
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that people must take responsibility for their choices. That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter and figure out her true intentions. Just in case. I have a backup plan if the Memo Keeper doesn't show up.
You sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well, going back to my old career would make things a lot easier. By the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see...
What's your plan?
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family. Or maybe we can eat...
No need for that.
Wait. Are you getting scared?
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that as Donna's White Oak you just ordered?
Huh?
As Ha! Ha! Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed guests.
Looks like you're a member.
Right. Sorry, my memory's not the best. You know, many modifications and all. Anyway, let me check. Well, fork me. I'll be waiting for you on the astral...
No mistake. That's her message to you. She knew the hotel wasn't safe, so she...
Well, looks like we took a detour, but
Harlequin.
Oh.
Two guests?
Yeah, or two. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express, but sneaking in like that, you have no regard.
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the nameless...
You are the memo keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Don Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boothill, this is our first face-to-face meeting.
Finally, memo keeper. Let's cut to the chase.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve the Garden of Recollection as a memo keeper. As for Acheron's story, I'm sure she knows it better than I do. Greetings.
What? You Garden of Recollection, sure.
I apologize that she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this memo keeper... To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from... I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals.
Trustworthy? Son of a nice lady. How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. My cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is requesting...
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat, and... I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Don Hall. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed. I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other. So this was the only way I could reach out to you. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise. To return his relics to their rightful owner. Someone once told me that every rainfall is like a gift, that raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods haven't been so. How long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. Yeah, looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist. Well,
Я бы не сумки, я же может
let me share
синегр.
a story. Mortals who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean, leaving behind a trail that creates, and for some, their presence leaves
like those shadows.
Sinbursters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders. They emerge from the depths of Alex, seeing themselves as masters of their own destiny. They emerge from the nihility and head toward it, leading purposeless lives. However, once my dear companions,
Are you watching over them?
watching over them? No. But it was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. first witnessed the fall of Zulo, the Lord Ravager, the unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even in death. So someone must guide these lost souls to their life beyond. But as for me, I have suffered too many losses on the battlefield to advance any.
But you know these sin-thirsters.
Does this seem pointless? Will some tasks have to be done?
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the Nihility.
I see. After all, this realm is off limits to ordinary souls, right? Thank you, stranger.
Before we part ways, I have one more question. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. But if this is what the departed ones expected,
a good question. What I do know is that one day someone will stand at my grave.
When I appeared as a child, my speech, mindset, as I grew into adulthood,
I humbly request your blessings, esteemed advocate of Shipe.
come to me, my kinship.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade, promoting the path of the harmony to the best of my ability. However, I made a mistake yesterday out of laziness. I lied and claimed that everything was ready, although the head has dismissed me as punishment. It has been tough to sleep with the guilt still gnawing at me, as I worry that the seeds of evilness may have taken root in my...
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change? Have you examined your soul and confessed all you are? Are you willing to accept? Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family.
Oh, praise Shipe.
Next,
I wholeheartedly confess to you.
rest assured, I have implored their presence to be with us. As long...
Oh, great. No, I
see.
My children were starving, and I hoped they'd have a chance at survival if they became slaves here. If I can strike it rich here, I can put the Bloodhound family got them. They're on my tail, hunting me down. I thought I could bring...
The family is ready to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Next.
Hey! Long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The mostest...
I have sought their presence with us.
Sure. Let's just get this over with. I have sinned. Please forgive me. I wasted half a pizza at breakfast. And a bottle of soup. That's it. Nothing more.
Do you seek to atone for your sins through good deeds?
My sins? Starting to sound like a saint, huh? Well, I mean, you think nobody knows what you do, but before you start that...
Oh, revered triple-faced soul, hear my who can judge the strong when their power hides their crimes? Who can vouch for the weak when they repay, and who can comfort the purest souls if the strong defending the weak? is truly the foundation of... Who is responsible for...
Brother? Brother,
I'm fine. I've been working long hours, and I just made a trip to Dreamflux Reef and back.
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival, Mr. Sunday, and no one could have predicted this incident. Even if the Stellaron does pose a grave threat,
No need to worry about troubling anyone. The Charmony Festival was meant to spread joy and harmony across the cosmos. But now...
it has always been our wish to make everyone happy, so... we'll do our best to accept it if the negotiation does not go smoothly. I'll refuse to go on stage. Without the Chordmaster, the Harmonious Choir would not arrive, and the Charmony Festival would be just a grand performance, and nothing.
I'm relieved. You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself. I've heard of the heads of the 5 major lineages.
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But, given the urgency of this...
Perhaps you'll be the first guest to meet the Dream Master in years, Mr. Yang.
Let's hope we can reach a consensus.
Indeed.
It's about time. We'll have to get ready for the meeting.
Don't worry.
Mr. Sunday! Hey! Come on! Miss Fudge's... But it's no big deal. The Grand Theater here looks nuts. They told...
Selling everything you had. Why would you go to such lengths?
Why? Can't you see? Life home is miserable. It's not like it's better to be here at Pinnacle. Okay.
Is this...
Huh? What did you say, young lady?
Oh, it's nothing, sir. You see, the traffic on Glocks Avenue can be dangerous. How about I ask a Bloodhound family member to escort you to ID...
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. See you around, Miss...
What's up, sister?
This is the land of the dream. The man we ran into. Even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions. But for him, they're the only way to survive, even if it means giving up on...
I suppose you have a point. But,
Why do you say that?
you think that man is not actually living. But that's not quite accurate. Even without Penacony, people believe they have a predetermined value to fulfill. However, value doesn't come out of thin air, and there's a limit to it. To accumulate value, people have to take from others.
Are you suggesting that this is not healthy?
Exactly. But, ironically, people don't think there's anything wrong with it. Survival. No tragedies exist here. Only happiness. Although in its nascent form. Isn't that the same paradise we yearn for in our dreams?
Perhaps that man is just an exception.
Yes.
Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the preparations for the Charmony Festival coming along? We're all so excited about it.
Vocês então aqui pouco mais de edição, mas pronto.
It's going smoothly. Thanks for making the trip to...
You're too kind, Robin. It's a pleasure to have guests from all over the universe celebrate.
I can't stand being lonely or bored, so this jubilant dream is for me.
But if this went on forever, would it get boring?
Not at all. Every day you get to wear fancy clothes, explore all sorts of bubbles, indulge in delicious food without gaining weight, and you never...
But you know that only a few things can be brought back from the dreamscape to reality, right?
That's exactly why I don't plan on bringing anything back. Just enjoying the dream itself is good enough for me. I mean, I'm not one of those long-lived species. I only have around 60 or 70 years in this lifetime, and there's so much to worry about. Being happy here is pure. Only in this sweet dream can I truly feel like I'm in control of my life and fate. Who would want to go back to reality after...
I see.
And I wish you a fantastic performance, Robin!
Olha, eu sei porque os monstros se meteram para se salvar, mano. Fica a sugar a vida das pessoas e com todas que uma droga. E eu...
Seems like that guest's perspective didn't resonate with you either.
She had a valid point. I could sense her
What you're trying to say is, she thinks she's in control of her life, but in reality, she's just escaping from reality and seeking solace in this sweet dream.
Well, she did make mention of being able to afford it.
However, the paradise in our dreams.
No. And the paradise we yearn for shouldn't be just a fleeting dream. The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking.
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I meet... You're right. Even though time stands still in this dreamscape, it always feels fresh.
A philosophical mind. I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, not at all. No. With little time left, I yearn for meaningful conversations, especially with someone as esteemed as you.
It's my pleasure. No need to be formal. Just speak your mind. You said with the...
Yeah. I was part of a war, and while escaping from the Sarkozy mothership, I got and then all my comrades died. My hometown was wiped out by neutron bombardments. I couldn't bear to live.
How?
They have, and I'm truly grateful for that. They provided me with a comfortable room, the most advanced life support devices in the cosmos. My physical body is now in the dream pool, sustained by life support. The me you see here is whole, rational, and no different from any other person. But I can't say the same for me, to my true appearance. No.
So, you'll be living...
Just being able to live at all is good enough for me. Whether it's in this dreamscape or not, well, my world has been torn apart. And my life could end any second. So, even if this whole place is an illusion, it's still my paradise. And I'll treasure every moment I spend here. Now I envy them.
Oh, man's story. It's so tragic. Fortunately, this sweet dream...
That's precisely why this sweet dream in Penacony exists.
However, even this sweet dream has its limitations. While it provides solace to the disillusioned, it can't completely eliminate...
There will be a way out. Penacony is...
Ainda um cara que o sangue vinha vai trair a Ron. Está com uns papos que te digo.
Look what we have here. A lovely young lady. Wait. Brother, what a surprise to see you again.
Show yourself.
I've heard that a skilled master fool received an invitation too.
Fairly. The people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all it takes for them to bite. And they run away at the slightest hint of danger. In other words,
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the harmony doesn't tolerate discipline.
what? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how disheartening. You should be thanking me. Because if it weren't for me cleaning up this mess...
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside.
The Charmony Festival? You think you can scare me? You think I have no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, chicken wing boy. But I'm pretty sure I know who Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state Penacony, the land of the dreams.
Stop it.
What's the rush, chicken wing?
Our paradise is none of your concern, Master Food. Leave now.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest, do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain and find true happiness? Well, I've done my part. And now I'm simply waiting for the fireworks to be put here. The last 2 gifts for both of you. And don't lose them. If by some unfortunate chance the Charming Festival starts against all odds, and it'll be thrilling.
I heard a raven calling in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon.
By the way, é um botão que desligam a cena da monoide que faz as pessoas saírem à força. Atropelaste-me, caralho. Eu vou-te foder, mano. Vai ver. Onde é que já se viu a atropelagem?
Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth. Back when we were kids, you used to steal my desserts. Seems like a lot has changed during my absence.
Well, someone has to stay awake even in this sweet...
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying too much of the paradise in our dreams. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring true happiness.
Remember the old man we met earlier? Without this dream, you might have completely lost him.
That might be true, but even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. As far as I know, the Intelligentsia Guild has been promoting their rehabilitation techniques for a long time now. That path may have been more ordinary and challenging. And now, he's receiving hospice care in a comatose. Is Penacony granting these people a future? Or is it taking it away from them?
É porque se os países com... Quer dizer, se os países tratamentos se calhar demorava mais, mas saía vivo, mano. Aqui não tem que fazer. Quando chegar ao homem, chegou a uva para a cova.
Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds because they've never witnessed those birds crashing to their death. Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its step.
Well, I didn't mention what happened to it in my letters, because shortly after you left, it crashed to its...
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason, despite that unfortunate outcome. I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages.
Here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can you really assert that they belong in the sky?
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only that's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen eel?
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. This world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds. The majority of some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal.
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own. That's what the Odes of Harmony have always...
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long
as people don't live in the
Mano, o
future,
assunto está muito filosófico.
do they merely
O gajo está relativamente tolo. Mas junto que vai ter que ir para o psiquiatra.
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world and no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister? What are you reading?
Sister, go for one. Give me a picture book. It's a... I could be one of those. Dominicus, the harmonious choir. You want to sing with us?
I see.
Don't you have a wish?
Of course I do. It's just that it includes your wish, and...
Let's build a stage there, and invite everyone...
It's a deal, then.
Yeah, it's a deal. But...
Maybe.
You're back sooner than I thought. Any results?
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since he's already carried out his last wish, my final mission is complete, but pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude? Staking everything on some... You have the numbers. And in numbers comes strength.
Got any more in...
As I see it, relying on wealth negotiations alone is far from enough. Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating St. Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got a we're not familiar with the Stellarons' properties they lost. And since it's the key to stabilizing the sweet dream, it's vital to the family's interests. By attacking their core interests, they're bound to retaliate hastily. And as the saying...
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand. But the problem is, on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family secure... So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer. Why are you speaking like the general of the... So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the Soul Glad TM Festivity Auditions, or something. And it's going to be held in the moment of scorch sand.
Deixa eu ver quanto. Ui, já vai ser quase para. Já está para 2 horas.
As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar. And be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. Not that that's important. So, how do we go about participating? I've already procured special invite. To tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along. But now it looks like even if I scrape through,
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a publicity stunt, set up by Mikhail to drum up attention.
We'll follow Marge's plan. Mr. Gallup, will you be joining us?
I'm afraid I won't have time. Virtual character already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony...
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the expo.
Alright. I'll have to add to that data bank of yours you've got on...
Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellarine Hunter's objectives are aligned...
We've already come this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally fight. So
this is also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now, everyone.
Aí vão Bora apresentar os 4 juntos. Aí vai ser o que? Espetáculo lança.
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming?
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with us?
Your journey is long and fraught with peril, yet under a sky blanketed by banners, you fight for the crown.
A sword and rose! Protect the beauty!
A knight's head is hard as steel. Brotherland's focus is stubborn as a heel. We don't all have to be winners. If we don't have fun, we'd all be sinners.
People are pouring in. Kinda feels like all sorts of baddies are showing up. Let's get in there quickly and enter the competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of Solglad's factory, Hygiene League. My 4 friends.
Hello, everybody. I'm Himiko. I'm nameless from the
Don't you guys need to hide them? Hide it anyways. Penacony is plastered with our posters. And because the
What the fuck? I think it's cheese.
Hello, everyone. I'm Part 7. Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious.